I don't know why I think 1 week of consistency is supposed to do something for me. Very delusional. Good morning, besties. Welcome back to yet another Discipline Diaries. It is the start of a new week. And so we are picking things up right where we left off, right on a Monday, as we should, as per usual. But before we get into today's vlog, if you're new here, hey girl, hey, my name is Janae, and I make a lot of content focused on fitness, wellness, and self-development, and helping you and I live our best healthy and active lives. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Well, like this video if you are in your fit era, your fit girl era, your fit foodie era, because we still eat food over here. And comment down below and let me know, what are you struggling with right now? Like, we are ending the first quarter of 2025. Where are you at with your goals, with the things that you set for yourself, with your routine, with your weight loss, with your fitness, with your nutrition? What is it giving? Let's chat about it in the comments below. So I'm about to make breakfast and it's a little late, but we gonna get into it. I already had 16 ounces of water. I'm really trying to make sure I start every single day with at least 16 ounces of water. So I did that, but now it's a little bit later. I should have drunk more water by now. I should have ate by now. Look, we're not gonna get into that. We're about to make breakfast right now. So this is the same breakfast bowl that I showed y'all in one of last week's episodes. And I also have this recipe up on my Instagram and TikTok. I'll link it in the description for y'all. I just changed up the ingredients a little bit. So instead of pico de gallo, I'm using this hot salsa from Trader Joe's. And it really, truly is hot, but it's so good. And then instead of a full serving of the fat-free cheese, I'm using half and half of mozzarella. And of course, my Greek yogurt sauce that's also already up on my Instagram and TikTok. And that is going to be breakfast. So the calorie and macro breakdown for this, it's 493 calories. It's 39 grams of protein, 25 grams of fat, and 25.5 grams of carbs. And it is so good, you guys. So good. So today I'm off to a later start. Already got both of the girls off and, where they need to be. But for me, it's more of a slow morning, a chill, slow start, even though I'm still going to get my workout in for today. So the episode before this one was my weekend vlog, which included my first race of March, which was a 10K up in Seattle. And I hit a new PR. So if you haven't watched that, I'll link it in the cards above. But that really took a lot of energy out of me, especially because of those hills and me reaching a new PR on top of the hills. And so today I felt it. I felt it in every fiber of my being. But it is Monday, and we're not missing a workout on Monday. I'm not like fatigued and tired. So we're going to get to it. If I was, then I would rest, but I honestly do feel fine. So on today's menu for workouts, it's going to be quad day, but I alternate for my quad days. I'm looking at, I use this app right here. It's called the Heavy app to track my workouts and all that stuff. Y'all can add me over there too and follow me over there if you want to see my workout plans. But for today, for quad day, I normally have leg extensions and leg press plugged in, but every other week I do single leg work. So today's going to be single leg extensions and single leg press, which I actually haven't done yet. So interested to see how that goes. And then I'm just going to be walking. Like, walking is on the menu for today, an actual walking workout and not just getting my steps in. So that's probably what I'll do later today because I can already tell it's going to be warmer in the afternoon. And so I want to enjoy the sun today. That was so good. And it literally takes like maybe 10 minutes to make, mostly because it's cooking in the air fryer. It's so good. You might have noticed when I was preparing my bowl that I had my bowl sitting on this right here. This is a food scale and I live by a food scale. And I highly recommend getting a food scale and weighing out your food and tracking your food if you're on some type of weight loss or fitness journey where you need the fuel to help your body out so that you are able to maintain your strength, your energy, and all that stuff. Do you need to track and, count your calories, weigh your things like to be successful? No, that's not what this conversation is about. This is about if you truly want to be successful on your journey and have discipline, especially if you know that you struggle with certain things, then it's such a benefit to use a food scale. So like with me, for example, I struggle to this day, even after weight loss surgery and losing 125 pounds, I still struggle with overeating sometimes. And I try to listen to my body and like just eat until I'm satiated. But sometimes I can definitely push that. Like I can push through that. And so me tracking everything, me weighing everything, and I used to resent it so much. And so if you're not at the point in your journey where things aren't triggering you, where, calorie counting and tracking and weighing stuff isn't like a trigger to you, then this would be beneficial. If things are still a trigger to you, then of course, you guys already know from my sit down videos and my vlogs that I'm always going to give y'all sustainable and non-toxic tips. And so if this is triggering for you, then, skip this until it's not. But even with me on my journey, like at one point it was very triggering for me. I was like going through a phase where I'm like, am I always going to have to track for the rest of my life? Like, am I always going to have to count? Am I always going to have to do this? Will I ever be an intuitive eater? And so there was points where I didn't track, saw the scale reflect that, saw how I felt reflect that. And I'm always like taking in information. Like you guys already know that. Like I'm just a nerd for fitness and wellness and like just doing things better for my body. And so I'm always taking information, not only scientific information, but just opinion-based information from people that I respect. Very important. But I follow this doctor, Dr. Jenny. She was talking about how, she's not on a weight loss journey. She's trying to build, she's a power lifter. She's trying to build, her body and like lean out and all that stuff. And so she was talking about how she tracks, she weighs everything, and it doesn't bother her. It's like, yes, it's one additional step, but it doesn't take that much energy to make that additional step. If your bowl is sitting on your counter and you're putting stuff in your bowl, then how much more of an extra step is it to put it on the scale that's sitting on the counter and pay attention to how much it is that you're loading onto your plate and your bowl and stuff like that. And then throwing that into the tracker. Like everything is on the phone. Everything is digital now. You can scan your food labels and stuff like that. And I'm like, when she said that, it sounds very common sense, right? But like, you sometimes have to hear that from other people. And I'm like, you know what? It honestly isn't that serious, especially because I know that over consuming food is a trigger for me. And so I started back, doing these things. And then I found as I was getting more serious about my fitness routine, not really focused on weight loss as much anymore. I'm definitely doing more body recomposition and stuff like that. So that means my macros are really going to be important and just staying at my calorie maintenance range. And so I'm like, now it's even more important for me to pay attention to how much I'm eating and tracking and counting and stuff like that, because I can't do it on my own. And so that's just a tip for you if you are on whatever type of journey it is that you're on, even if you don't have any fitness goals and you don't have any weight loss goals, but maybe you do have certain struggles when it comes to food. Consider using a food scale, getting a good tracker. I use MyFitnessPal. There's so many out there. I will link my food scale in the description for y'all. Speaking of fueling my body, after yesterday's race, and I'm currently training I have 2 half marathons, one that I'm actually signed up for, one that I'm thinking about doing. But I realized that I need more carbs. I need more carbs in my diet. I used to have like my protein be super high, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm still actually eating a super high protein type of diet. I just adjusted my macros just a little bit to see if it will give me a little bit more energy throughout the week, because you get your energy through carbs. And it will also allow me to eat more fruits and vegetables, because I'm really trying to eat my fruits and vegetables for my fiber intake instead of relying on like different things and supplements and stuff like that. And so I need the room for the carbs. So I just changed my macros around just a little bit, especially after last week. Last week was my first week, you guys, being on top and consistent with both my fitness and my nutrition in months, to be honest. Hence the Discipline Diaries. We're all about establishing discipline here. And so now we're on week 2. We're keeping the momentum going. It's not about being perfect, because last week wasn't perfect. Like, I definitely missed my vitamins a couple times. I definitely did not hit my water goal a couple times last week. My macros was a little bit off. But like, I still I still put in more effort than I have in a long time. And so knowing that already, I already like had depleted out a lot of energy. And so I changed my macros around just a bit. My calorie intake is still right under 2,000. It's at 1975, which still puts me at a caloric deficit. If you use the TDEE calculator.net, it'll be in the description for y'all. That's what I use to figure out my macros and my calories for my deficit, for my maintenance, and if you're trying to gain weight for your surplus, you can use that. And so I just plug in my information, all that stuff. I am a moderate exercise person. I work out, weight train specifically 5 times per week, and I run 4 times per week, and I make sure to hit at least 10,000 steps every single day. So that will put me at the moderate category for right now. And so with that, the 2,000 calorie deficit is a 300 calorie deficit. And then, so I'm doing my deficit with food and with movement. So instead of me cutting my calories so severely to 500 or more than that, you really don't need to be in a calorie deficit more than 500. I'm getting my deficit from lowering my calories a little bit and upping my movement. Like I said, my calories are at 1975. And then as far as my macro breakdown is concerned, my protein is at 150 grams, which is still high. My fat, I still like to keep it low at 55. And then my carbs are at 220. I already know that a lot of the times my calories may be a little bit less, and the carbs for sure may be a little bit less, and the protein may be a little bit high. But I think that will be good for me to sustain some energy. But for now, it's time to hit the gym so I can go on my walk in the afternoon, so I can come home and just gym.
Put up, I don't hang with rats, that's some new type shit. Get a nigga wet, on new type shit. Sippin', drinkin', actin' on screw type shit. Just a sad hoe, running through a crew type shit. I got a bad bitch at home, voodoo type shit. Take down Megan Stallions by the group type shit. I counsel her, hit her out of school type shit. A silent hitter, I just keep cool with you bitches. A solid nigga, count dog food type shit. Moving through the city with your boo type shit. She ready to suck it up like soup type shit. You going against the guys and you gon' lose type shit. Pray to God and knock you out your shoe type shit. She gripping all on my balls, I ain't got a new type shit. Told me they cover my flaws, I ain't got the brand new type shit. All I want is ass and titties, I ain't got no type shit. I'm sipping on drink, blur up, I'm sipping on drink, make up. Sit right here in my type shit.
That was a killer workout. And the way I train is I do progressive overload, and I try to train to failure as much as possible. And so the way I do progressive overloading is by adding an extra rep or adding more weight. And so right now I'm at the bottom of my rep range, which is 8 to 10. And so this week I do 9 reps of everything. And so I definitely feel myself, getting stronger, except for the 2 single leg ones. That's the first time I'm doing it. So these were 8 reps. Definitely was feeling it in that leg press, especially because of my left leg. Because my left leg is a lot weaker, and I felt every bit of it. I really need to go to the doctor and get signed up for physical therapy. I talked about this several times before about being an advocate for your health, no matter what that looks like, and stop waiting until last minute to do things. And I need to take my own advice. So it doesn't have to be something as outrageous as, your weight is out of whack, or, you have high blood pressure and now you're having symptoms from it. It can be something, I don't want to even say small, but as small as, you have a little knee pain. You have a little hip pain and you need to follow up with your doctor about it and see, maybe get an x-ray, maybe get an MRI, maybe just ask for physical therapy to see how you can strengthen it, especially if you are into fitness, so that you won't injure yourself. And that's where I'm at. I need to go ahead and I have an appointment with my bariatric surgeon at the end of the month, but I need to get a regular appointment with my doctor too, and just tell them, even with all of the weight I lost, because my knee issues was because of my weight, and even with all of the weight I lost, the knee pain, it's gotten better, but it still gets inflamed sometimes. I still have to wear knee braces and my patella straps when I'm lifting, doing leg days, and when I'm running, just to protect the integrity of my knee. I'm still taking ibuprofen to help with the swelling and the pain. And so I'm doing all of these things that I can do, but what I can also do is follow up with my doctor and get an appointment and make sure that everything is all good, and see about physical therapy. And if they even recommend a knee replacement, then I guess that's just what I'm going to have to do. But I'm no longer going to be a victim to my own circumstances. I'm going to be proactive about my health, and that's with every little thing possible. So I am about to go on my little hot girl walk. I just finished lunch, which was actually really good. It was really yummy. I showed y'all what it was, and I'm about to take my multivitamins. I'm going to try to finish this water, and then I also have more water with me. And the plan is, because I'm only at 2,000 steps right now, so the plan is to either walk 4 miles. I don't know how many steps I can get in for 4 miles, or listen to this podcast I wanted to listen to that's an hour and a half long. Whatever is the latter is what I'll do. Yeah, it's about an hour and a half long. Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's an hour and 44 minutes long. I got time. I can walk for about 2 hours. So let me do that. I don't know if I'm going to actually do that, but let's do that. And I will check that out
I'm saying you want to take a time. I know you by your phone, so boy, pick up your line. I ain't
help me up.
I need help.
Look, she's out. Get in the box. Get in the box. You're too heavy. You're too heavy. You're too heavy. It's been several hours. I feel like I am moving so slowly and time is flying. I am so exhausted between the race yesterday and then weight training and then my walk and dealing with these kids. My husband is away. Yo! They're still going. How does a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old so much?
Let's go.
Look, now they want to fight. Anyways, I've had a few snacks since the walk. I was snacking on some shrimp cocktail that I got from Costco. Is actually still sitting out. I had a string cheese, my little mini meat stick. I had a chocolate muffin cupcake thingy. I keep calling it a muffin. The chocolate cupcake from last week's episodes, one of those episodes, the meal prep. And I still have calories left. Like, I feel like I'm so tired of eating, but I didn't have dinner yet, and honestly, now I'm not even hungry. It's only 6:21, so maybe I'll have some room to eat. I did make chili tonight with using 93.7 ground beef, and then just the regular seasonings and tomato sauce that I make for the family, and we'll have it with some white rice. But I still have 584 calories left, 28 grams of protein, 17 grams of fat, and 76 grams of carbs. And if I don't at least try to close out, you know, make that lower, then tomorrow my body's gonna really feel famished, and then I feel like I'm gonna overeat. Which, it's all about averages. So if there's a day that you are under eating, and then there's a day that maybe you are a little more hungrier and you're overeating, like the average at the end of the week, just like the average at the end of the week for your weight, should balance out. So I don't trip too much about it. I just know my body. I've paid attention to my body for so long these last 2 years, and exactly what it is that it's doing, to know that this is most likely is what's going to happen tomorrow if I don't end up eating dinner, or if I just have a small snack. I haven't had any fruit today, so I can add to my carbs by eating fruit. Yeah, I've had like 3 servings of vegetables today, but I did not have any fruit, so I can try to do that. But as y'all can see, I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted. This is also why I'm not a nighttime workout person, because no matter what I do, I just feel like I'm drained by the end of the night. I was talking to my husband, and I was telling him that I'm going to try my best to be a 5 a.m. girly tomorrow, because tomorrow is back and biceps, and I do have a run tomorrow. So I'm going to try my best to get up earlier, start my day a bit earlier, so that I have the rest of the day to just relax if needed. But we'll see. My fiber intake has been low today, especially because I haven't had any fruit and I haven't had any of my fiber stuff. So I'm only at 11, and I tried to get 25 in at bare minimum, but I've had to lay off the fiber a bit because I feel like it was constipating me. But this is a great little cheat code to get your fiber in. It's just a quick, easy way to, you know, sip on something. It's only 45 calories. Y'all are not new to Olipop, are you? And to me, this tastes better than Poppy. But people always ask me, does it taste like soda? No, it just tastes like carbonated drink. But it has 9 grams of fiber in here and only 5 added sugars. I try to keep my added sugar low, but I don't think I've consumed anything today that even has added sugar in it. So that's fine with me. So I'm gonna sip on this. I've been doing pretty well with my water goal. My goal is 84 ounces. Is that my goal? 170 divided by 2. 85 ounces. And so I am at, I think I'm at like 72. Yeah, 72 ounces. And if I drink one more water bottle, which I normally do, I end the night. I start the day drinking at least 16 ounces, and I end the day drinking at least 16 ounces. And I already have 2 water bottles sitting, waiting for me upstairs. So that's fine. That will put me above my minimum. That will be fine for the day. But yeah, I really don't feel like eating anything else, especially if I drink this. A few more hours later, and I still have yet to eat dinner. I'm going to call this night a night and pop some ibuprofen because my knees are feeling it. and get right back on it tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I'm always hosting lives and answering your questions in the moment. And on Instagram, I'm super active in my stories. This is where you'll see what I'm doing day to day in the moment. So make sure you follow me over there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.